So this has just stopped printing 1 hour 23 minutes. I don't have an image of the previous object that I printed. It was a lot worse than this one because mainly because I printed it flat. But this one too has some issues, as you can see. But yeah, like, I have no idea what is actually going on. Some pieces just falling off. So we have one here, we have one here, and well, so a lot of stringing. Though this is most likely a me issue, but it is also strange why the minimal preset only puts the top 3 branch, so this one, but it didn't put anything here. That is strange. Did put 2 on the bottom, but the back one, this one is, as you can see, it failed. It's deformed. Still, I hope this will fit. Previously, I had issue with this piece. It was too close, so the piece that goes between did not fit. Also, I did not cut it at an angle. I did so now. So hopefully one piece will simply slide in, and it also has some holes, so 4 holes, and hopefully the pogo pins will simply go in. But all of that will remain to be seen. But maybe I can show you what the initial plate looks like. So this is the initial plate. The holes, I had to drill this out. And this is the clip that hopefully will fit onto this new base plate. But the biggest mess is this. That is how it's supposed to look like. And this is how this one looks like. Basically, I printed this one. Yeah, I printed it like this. Then this piece, this one is really tight. So another thing that I've done is made that at an angle. This one is 90 degrees. So that is one thing that I fixed. And I also shifted this little dimple back a little bit. I have no idea if I'll use this, but it's supposed to be used for a spring. And what I'll use this for, well, the idea is to have 4 pogo pins for the contacts here and simply slide this board inside here. So something like this. It's a little bit tight because this plastic piece on the bottom, I missed it by a couple of millimeters, as you can see. This pin, this one looks okay. So this pin looks okay, but I have no idea how this clip will fit on, because previously I could not test it because of this 90-degree angle. That is something that I will have to test once this cools off. So this is my 3rd attempt printing this one. I made some changes, and also the 2 attempts before this one, I actually did not see that the automatic 3 support did not include a support where it was needed, so it just failed because it printed in air. This time though, I see that this piece lifted off. No idea where this piece came off, so it remains to be seen how this will actually complete. Oh, I do know where that piece came off. One of these legs, so I guess the middle leg will be missing if it completes. But yeah, hopefully it finishes without affecting the remainder of the print. It doesn't look like much, but this is actually a useful piece. Though this was my first attempt and, well, it's messed up. But first, let me show you what this piece actually does? Well, it connects to this PCB. This PCB is meant to be used in measuring, but before it can be used, it needs to be programmed. But it has quite a big flaw. As you can see, this PCB has 4 pins, the ones with the hole. So the first step that we've done when programming the motherboards was to simply solder 4 wires and then unsolder them. That was a pain in the butt to do, so we took it a step further and simply put some probes through the 4 holes, but that also took a bit of time and you do need to have good eyesight. Well, you do even need to have a much better eyesight when soldering, and also you need to have a steady hand. Otherwise, you can easily bridge the contact pins on this chip. So both of those steps are no good because they both take a lot of time. So I decided to make something that goes on top of the board and also makes contacts with these pins or the pads. This was my first attempt. I printed this flat down like this with a bunch of supports. That's why this is all messed up. Actually, let me present you with attempt number 3, which is this one. Much prettier because I added long legs. It automatically put it like this, but at the end these legs messed up because the supports failed. But it does look nice in all directions. Now the holes did line up, I believe. Did they line up? Maybe they did, I forgot. But the important thing that I learned from this one is that I made the legs too long on one side because this PCB, the bottom one, is in the way. Now this one was my second attempt. It was pretty much okay, apart from the side legs and the top, that it's a little bit tight because I didn't consider the tolerances. So I'll have to sand it down a little bit. But as you can see, this one is a working prototype. I do have the pins in, the pogo pins. So these ones, I would have to check the size, but maybe 12 millimeters. Now you can see, can you? Yes, you can. The 2 pins in the middle, they are pretty close, but actually they do not touch. I have tested this multiple times, so that is very nice. And I also have this latch. The idea was though that I would also use pencil spring, but I actually have no idea how I would be able to stick it to the latch. And also the latch may be a little bit too tough for the spring to actually latch onto, because as you will see, it's quite tight. Now I do have 2 pins, so one big one, one small one for these 2 holes, and also for this hole on the other side. So this should not take long. Simply clip it like so, push the clip down, and bam, that's done. You don't have to think a lot, but this is where the testing still comes in. Does it actually work like it's supposed to? So in this prototype I only have 2 middle legs, and because this clip does not have any spring, I have no idea how long this will actually last. If it lasts a long time, that's good. And now lastly, my last prototype, it's this one. Now it did came up a little bit messy. I think the support on this one failed. I was using the CD Studio, and even though this part, or this one, just on the opposite side, was basically touching the floor like so, it still failed somehow. But on this one I do have 3 legs on both sides, and I also spaced the last ones because we do have the USB-C connection here, and this one should also just simply clip into place. But again, no place for the actual spring. But this one does have a top that simply slides in, and I also made a notch, so any kind of soldering that we do on the pins and also the wires that go out, because I do have some grooves for the wires, so this top should work just fine. I guess should, because I did not put a notch on the lid all the way through. I did not think about that because, well, the notch has to actually go over everything. Okay, so I'll have to fix that. But this one too will simply just clip into place. Just like that. Then this saves a lot of time, and basically anyone can do this. Now all I have to do is actually test if the programming will go through and how reliable it is. So when it comes to 3D printing, even a beginner like me can do it. Admittedly, it does take a bit of time. What you need is some calipers, so you can measure. Now these ones are analog. You can use the digital ones, obviously, to get precise measurements. Oh yeah, the model that I made this in, it was actually Blender. Maybe not the best program, but, well, you actually can do it without any add-ons that would be specific for precision 3D modeling. Also, for anyone curious what this PCB actually is, it's for monodac. So it's for monodac UX, 150 kHz. You have a bunch of inputs and outputs, and simply a USB-C source. So you have all of the outputs here, and you have the USB-C power, and also the data communication line to the PC. And if you want to know more about this device, you can simply look it up. So as you can see, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Instead of using this to put it in the holes, which would look something like this. So this prototype is a-okay, it works, saves time, and well, I'll be able to do something else that's useful. That's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.